Hey everybody, it's Jen again, back from the gym, and just something I wanted to talk to you about really quick. Have you ever gone to the gym, like you have a great stretch, you're working out all the time, feeling great, you're seeing results, you're feeling super motivated, and then you start to get tired, right? You start to get tired and you're sore and you just start to lose your motivation. And then you take a break. You tell yourself, well, you know what? I'm really sore. I'm going to take a break. And guess what? That break lasts for months. Sometimes that break might even last for years. And then you kick yourself because you're like, why did I stop? Well, my friends, you had built up fatigue, and what you probably needed instead of a break was a deload. My name is Jen, and I am on this channel to talk about money, mindset, midlife, and all the great things that we need to take in consideration when we're building stronger, more resilient bodies. So, thanks for coming to the channel. And let's talk about deloading. Prior to really getting into like bodybuilding and powerlifting, I used to be that person. I would just go to the gym, like I would get in these good stretches. I would get super motivated, right? And I would go to the gym and I would train and I would feel good. I'd start to see results. And then I would get like super, super tired. And I would get super, super tired. And then I would stop going to the gym. I just tell myself I need a break, right? And usually, when you get that sore, you normally need, I would say, at least a week break. And then I wouldn't be able to get myself back to the gym. And then I would start putting on weight. And then I would feel like a slug. And then, the snowball goes both ways. You start like you feel that snowball effect when you're training, and things start building and you start feeling great, and until you start getting tired. And the same thing with all of a sudden stopping training. The snowball effect happens, and before you realize it, it's harder and harder to get to the gym. Well, what I learned is that I needed to deload. A deload is when you have a program and you following your program, and the program has built in a rest week. Doesn't mean that you don't work out. It means that you reduce the load and you reduce the intensity of your workout. So I'm quickly approaching a deload that my coach is giving me probably for next week. My symptoms: prolonged soreness. Now, delayed onset muscle soreness, otherwise known as DOMS, is pretty typical when you work out really hard. Usually, the second day after training, you could feel really sore, but after that, it pretty much resolves. When your soreness hangs on there for 3 days or 4 days, well, you might want to consider a deload. Here's another symptom that you may need to deload. You used to be super motivated to go to the gym. You're fired up, can't wait to train. And suddenly your motivation begins to wane. You're just not into it as much. You're still going, but you're not looking forward to it. Or even in between your sets, you're going and you're training, but as you're moving from one exercise to another, you got no spark. You got no spunk. You're just not there. So that is also another symptom. So we have your muscle soreness, we have your general motivation to get to the gym, your enjoyment of the gym. Those are definitely social and emotional cues that you are not you're not in the best shape right at the moment and you need a deload. Another thing is also sleep and stress factors. So if you are not sleeping well, eventually you're not going to recover well, and you're going to see a reduced impact in your training, and you're going to see a reduced like output as far as like, are you trying to lose weight, are you trying to build muscle? All of those things can kind of get short circuited if you're really under rested. Nobody can emphasize just how important rest is. It's crucial when you're trying to hit gym goals. So that's a huge factor. And during a deload week, I try to get a lot of rest. I'm not training as hard, and I'm trying to make sure that I prioritize my sleep. And really we should be prioritizing sleep anyway. So that is yet one more thing that we need to look out for. Now, some people on their deload weeks will either do one of two things with their food. If they are dieting, they'll bring their food up to maintenance calories so that way your body can adequately recover. Because once you start dieting, your ability to recover from training begins to decrease. Or if you are bulking or doing a muscle gain cycle where you're eating at a calorie surplus and lifting hard, they might also bring their calories down to maintenance to not gain any unnecessary body fat during that time. It really depends on what your needs are at that time. If you're super sore and you're very fatigued, you may need a calorie bump up to maintenance, or you might need to stay at your massing calories just to give your body the ability to heal itself. So what the training looks like for me is that my reps usually are around the same. So if I'm hitting 10 to 12 reps, or if I'm using an RIR or an RPE, if you know what those are, I'm usually going for about an RIR of 3 or 4, which means reps in reserve. So I'm not working incredibly hard. I'm not getting close to failure. And my set or my sets and volume may be decreased a little bit. So if I'm usually doing 3 to 4 sets, I may just have 2 sets or 3 sets. But my coach's term that I love to use with my clients as well is you want to stimulate, don't annihilate the muscle. Now is not time to annihilate. Now is time just to keep your body saying, hey, this is what we do at this time, at this place, we train, but we're getting a nice little break. And let me tell you, the crazy thing about a deload week is I'm keeping my schedule, right? I'm keeping the same movements. I'm either at the end of a mesocycle, which is my program of training, or I'm at the beginning of a new one. And we use the deload as a way for me to get acquainted with the new movements. So I use that time to just like reinvigorate my motivation or learn movements. And the funny thing is, halfway through a deload, I am chomping at the bit to lift heavy. Like it doesn't take long. It just takes a few days for me to start feeling like, yeah, let's go. And I could be dog tired. And my coach knows me very well. I don't gradually hit fatigue or central nervous fatigue that needs a deload. It doesn't happen gradually for me. It's like I hit a wall and I hit a wall hard. So it's funny, like we try to time it. I'm usually somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks before I need a deload in my program. And that's lifting hard and heavy with intensity. But I could be halfway through my deload week and I am ready to go. Like I am ready and I want to work hard. And that just shows that I have been recovering. So, anyway, next time you want to quit or next time you think you need a break, don't take a break, take a deload. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them at the bottom. And I look forward to reading your comments and go kick it at the gym. Bye now.